to Your Voice, Your Vote, and tonight an exclusive update surrounding the state Senate's election audit. After losing multiple efforts to try to keep their methods a secret, the firm conducting this latest audit now taking things to a whole other level. We're told Cyber Ninjas is now forcing audit observers to sign non-disclosure agreements. Get more now from our political insider, Nicole Valdez.
As we enter a second week of an attempt to recount nearly 2.1 million ballots cast in Maricopa County last year, those behind it say the goal is transparency.
And my role in this whole audit is to bring transparency. Transparency is the solution.
But their actions aren't sending the same message.
It's deeply troubling to me as someone who has invested almost 20 years in free and fair elections in this country.
Tammy Patrick worked at the Maricopa County Elections Office for 11 years. Part of her job was ensuring observers were in the room when ballots were being counted and free to sound the alarm if they see anything they question.
The observers are there really to be the eyes and the ears of the voters.
Inside the Coliseum, observers are wearing orange, but here, they're limited on what they can and can't do by the company who's running the show. Tuesday, an anonymous observer sending ABC 15 a copy of a non-disclosure agreement they say they were told to sign that prevents them from saying anything about their experience or what they saw.
The very heart of being an observer is to be able to watch, to observe, to take that information and to share it with others. So to have a non-disclosure agreement is the exact opposite of what the heart of an observation program is supposed to be remedying.
Part of the agreement argues it's to protect confidential information. By signing it, observers agree to refrain from making any public statements, social media posts, or similar public disclosures about the audit or its findings, unless Cyber Ninjas gives them permission otherwise. Adding, these obligations are necessary and reasonable in order to protect the audit, its agents, and its affiliates.
We need to make sure that that same level of transparency is happening anytime you have official ballots that are being reviewed in the way that they are at the Coliseum right now. And we need to make sure that if there are things that arise, that individuals in the room have the ability and the power to bring it to the attention of the people of Arizona and to, quite frankly, to the nation.
And anyone who wants to observe already has to jump through hoops. Cyber Ninjas requiring you to submit a resume and at least 3 references to even be considered. Then, if chosen, commit to being here for 6 hours straight with no access to a phone, a camera, or even a notebook.
Who's going to be held accountable if ballots go missing? What happens if, or what's the penalty if a ballot's altered or, like I said, disappears entirely? All of these things are hidden from public view. And that really is the crux of my concern is how are any of these players going to be held to account?
Now this just the latest in a laundry list of efforts to keep details about this effort under wraps. First, they barred the press from being inside the Coliseum. It took lawyers getting involved to change that. Then they tried to keep records detailing their procedures sealed. Now, because Cyber Ninjas isn't an official election administrator legally, the rules they follow can be different than the ones county and state officials are bound to, but still a pretty big red flag for those who question whether the results of this entire effort will really be something that you can trust. In Phoenix tonight, Nicole Valdez, ABC 15, Arizona.